Hey there, guys. I don't know why I just did that. I wanted to show off the new t-shirt. It's another movie stop. It's another Saturday, and that means it's time for another episode. And, interesting Saturday to say the least. I saw a movie that came out this week that we're going to talk more about tomorrow, but I'm going to say right now, I will say this to Universal. Congratulations. You made a musical that was even worse than Cats. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I just saw Dear Evan Hansen earlier today, and just wow. Like, I didn't think it could be as bad as worse than Cats, but there you go. Cats at least was trying to do something, but they were trying to do something, they failed miserably at it, but it was a unique miserable attempt at it. Like, there was at least an attempt to try to do something with Cats, but Dear Evan Hansen, just wow, that was terrible. That was a really, really bad movie. Like, that's going to be a contender for the worst of the year, honestly. Like, I cannot believe they made a movie that bad. But I'm going to delve more into that in my written review tomorrow, so look for that on the website. But in the meantime today, I was going to go ahead and start going to the Blu-rays downstairs in my DVD and Blu-ray collection update, but I'm going to hold off on that for right now because I have 6 titles here that I picked up over the week that I ordered online, or I ordered weeks and months ago, and they finally came in the mail today. Not today, this week. But let's go ahead and dive through these real quick. I only got 6 right here, so let's go ahead and check them out. And the first 2 over here are the other 2 movies in the Leica Shout Factory collection that they have going on right now. Paranorman, which came out 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, September the 14th. Like I said, Paranorman, which was the first one I saw in theaters from Leica. I really enjoyed this movie a whole lot. Like, I really like the characters in this movie. I like the animation style in this. Just a terrific, terrific movie. And kind of interesting that this and the next movie here were the next 2 that they put out instead of putting all these together in order of release. But there's Paranorman. I'll go ahead and show you the little booklet inside here, because these 2 do have the same booklets, the style of booklets that the Coraline and Box Trolls once had. There you go. There's that back there. A little book showing you little behind-the-scenes stuff and like different stills and images from the movie. Yeah, Paranorman, really good movie. But next one is my favorite movie from them, from Leica Animation. It was one of my favorite movies from that year that came out. And that is Kubo and the Two Strings, one of my favorite movies from 2016. 2016 was a pretty good year for animated movies. You had this, you had Zootopia, you had Moana. You had just these other great animated films that came out that year. And this was probably, I think I had this as my #1 favorite movie of 2016. Like, this is such a beautifully done animated film. Great characters, great voice cast with Charlize Theron and Matthew McConaughey involved in this. Also Ray Fiennes, Leonard Nimoy was also was Leonard Nimoy in this, or was that George Takei? I was thinking of George Takei. Good lord. Yeah, Kubo and the Two Strings. There's the cover right there. There's the back, and then just like the Paranorman box set, there's a little essay here about the movie and all that. Quick little glimpse right there. Yeah, just a fantastic, just a really, really good movie. This is definitely one of my favorite. This is definitely my favorite film from Leica Animation, and I'm kind of surprised Missing Link isn't the next one up on here. I would have thought they would have put them all together, but I think because Missing Link was put out by Fox, and I don't think Shout Factory has the right to Fox movies. I think that's why they haven't put it out yet, but I hope they do, because Missing Link was a really good movie too. So there's Kubo and the Two Strings. Those are the 2 that go with it. So those are the 2 newer ones that came out, and then right here, if I don't drop these first, there we go. So you have Coraline, you have Paranorman, you have the Box Trolls, and now you have Kubo and the Two Strings. All these from Shout Factory. Just a great set. I'm happy that Shout Factory put these out, because these are like I said, I love Leica Animation. They're a great animation studio, probably one of the best ones out there, if not the best. And I highly recommend finding these if you can. I got Coraline and box stores at Walmart, so I wouldn't be surprised if Paranorman and Kubo are there as well. So I cannot recommend these movies enough, and I cannot recommend Shot Factory enough as well. Toy Boat. Okay. Next up, these next three here are from Amazon. These are things that I've ordered over the last couple of weeks with Amazon gift cards, and so, two of these just came today. Not today, came out this week. I'm gonna get it right. But, yeah, the Crocodile Dundee trilogy, finally on Blu-ray. Like, you get all three movies on here. Crocodile Dundee 1, 2, and 3. And the most interesting thing about this is that this is supposed to be a 3-disc set, but if you look, it's thicker than some of the other Blu-rays that I have here. Like, look at this. Don't really see if you can tell a difference, but I opened this up thinking that maybe I was getting something more here, but there's the digital codes if anyone's interested, because I don't usually use those. Here, you get Crocodile Dundee 1, Crocodile Dundee 2, and Crocodile Dundee 3. And then there's a thing for a 4th disc back here, which is completely empty. And I don't know what that is about. I don't know what the deal is here. And I think maybe because that this is supposed to be in a regular Blu-ray set. Because if you look on the back here, there's like a little crease where the paper ends and the Blu-ray case is there. But I don't know. It's very weird. Very weird casing on their front, on Paramount's front. Speaking of Paramount, I'll go ahead and do this one next, because this also came out last week. The Longest Yard, the 2005 remake, one of Adam Sandler's best movies, honestly. You got him, Chris Rock, Nelly, and Burt Reynolds. And, I remember seeing this movie a couple times in the theaters when it first came out. I was really a fan of this movie, and, kind of surprised the remake hasn't come, not the remake, the original film, the 74 one with Reynolds, and it hasn't come out on Blu-ray yet, which you think it would. But then again, Bad News Bears 1 and 2, the original and the remake were supposed to come out on Blu-ray this year, but they haven't yet. So I don't know what's going on that front. But again, I like that Paramount's going into these catalog titles and releasing some of these on Blu-ray. You got this one, you have Necessary Roughness that came out this week. I'm looking forward to getting that one. And, yeah, Longest Yard. Like I said, one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. One of my favorite modern Adam Sandler films. This last one from Amazon, the Woody Woodpecker Screwball Collection, finally on Blu-ray. Woody Woodpecker. You get 25 cartoons on here. Most of them are from the first set, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, 20 bucks. You get Woody Woodpecker on Blu-ray. How can you go wrong there? And then last but certainly not least, finally, Best Buy once again waiting almost 2 weeks to send me things that I pre-ordered from them months ago. Black Widow finally came to my house on Steelbook. And this is a nice Steelbook, by the way. Like, it looks like, at least from a distance, it looks like just a still image of Scarlett Johansson, but if you look closely, it's got like a grainy feel to it, which I think is pretty cool. And not used to having the J cards on the bottom like this before. Usually you have them up on the top, but there's the back right there. And Black Widow, interesting movie. Not one of my favorites. It's kind of dull, honestly, except for a few things like Scarlett Johansson. You can never go wrong with her, and Florence Pugh, who plays her sister. She really was one of the best things about the movie. Taskmaster was a terrible villain in this movie. I can't believe what they did with that villain in this film. There was a lot of things about this movie I didn't like, but there were things about it I did kind of enjoy. It's not one of the better movies in the MCU. If I'm being honest, I probably would rather watch Captain Marvel than Black Widow again. That's just my thinking right there. But you know what? When Marvel puts out a Steelbook from Best Buy, you gotta get it, like, because they'll sell out quickly. Even though the Captain Marvel Steelbook, I remember that came out, and they were still trying to get rid of some of those for a long time. But anyway, Black Widow picked it up. Certainly not one of the better MCU films, but it's a Steelbook. Got to get it before it gets sold out. I still haven't seen Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings yet. I have to get around to doing that at some point. So hopefully by the time I write my review tomorrow, I'll see it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get to at this point, but you never know. I'll see what happens there. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Those are the 6 new releases I got this week. I should be getting some more new releases coming up soon because I ordered a couple of titles from Best Buy that was supposed to come out last week. They didn't come, but hopefully by the time I get back next week, they'll have them there. But other than that, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching this video. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button and check out a previous episode here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another new video. Until the next time I see you, take care.